Okay, here we go. Title speaks for itself. Enjoy. Right, first up. I like doing pictures with this kind of thing. Um, Maybe that's a bit silly, don't know. But helps me figure out what the hell's happening. So 57.8 centimeters there, and it goes down by zero point 0.3 each day until it gets to 54.2. So that means from there to there is 3.6. I can do that on my trusty calculator. 3.6, 57.8, take away 54.2, 36, 3.6, there you go. Ta-da! If it's going down by 0.3 each day, well, I need to do 3.6 divided by 0.3, and that'll give me 12. So I know that it should be 12 days. Whoa. If the depth of the water decreases at a slower rate, more days. If it goes down less fast, it will take longer. Alright, first four terms of a sequence. It's clearly add 4 on each one. Whoa. So therefore the next one is 22. Magic. Write down the next term. Cool. 4, 4, 4, so 23. This one, that's kind of fun because that's plus 2. That's add 3. That's add 4. So the next one is add 5. So 1, 3, 2, that would be 15. Okay. Here are the first four terms of a sequence: 6, 10, 14, and 18. See, we did this in class, and the first thing that we need to figure out is what is the times table that it's following. It's following the 4 times table because it goes up in 4s each time. So I'm just going to rewrite this here. This is the original sequence, literally the same as what's written above. And underneath it, I'm going to write the 4 times table. 4, 8, 12, and 16. So in lesson, we looked at, well, what is the shift? What is added each time? It's add 2 each time. So I've got the 4 times table, 4n, add 2, because that's my shift. Okay. Factorize. This means brackets. So I need to turn this into brackets somehow. I look for what is the biggest number I can divide 5x and 20 by. Well, I can divide both of them by 5. So 5x divided by 5 is x, and negative 20 divided by 5 is negative 4. So 5 goes on the outside. I am left with x and negative 4. Here are the first 4 terms of a sequence. Explain why this number is not a term in the sequence. That's easy. These are all even numbers. This is an odd number. It's an odd number. All the terms, I say all the numbers. All the numbers in the sequence. Let's make that better. Oh my lord. Sequence are even. Find the next term in the sequence that is nearest to 511. Okay, well, let's have a look at what this is, because this is the same as the one that we had here, 6, 10, 14, and 18, which is why I picked it. So if I go 6, 10, 14, and 18, I know that that's going up in 4s. And I also know that it is the 4 times table, add 2. So using that and going backwards, I know that this is the sequence is 4n plus 2. That's the equation for every number in that sequence. And I want that to be super close to 511. Now, there's loads of different ways that we can do this. We're going to do this, what I think is maybe the easiest way, is we're just going to have a look at what is close to the 4 times table. Well, actually, that means it's 4n is 509. And now I'm going to think, what in the 4 times table is close to 509? So let's try 125 times by 4. That gives me 500. 127. 508. There we go. Boom. Or we can divide this, which is probably the way that I'd prefer people to do it. So 509 divided by 4 gives me a decimal number, but it gives me 127.25. But that means that 127 will be the closest. So 127 times by 4, add 2. Let's write that down properly. 4 times by 127, add 2 is 509, I think. Oh, no, 510. 127 times by 4, add 2, 510. Okay, this question was just do it on, literally was just do it on your calculator. Your calculator might look different to my calculator, so this might not be hugely helpful. Some of you lost marks on this one because you didn't round it to where they wanted you to round it. There we go. So we've got 5.759. But I want to be rounding to 3 significant figures. So that's rounding to this 5. So 5.76, and we round up because that's a 9. And that's bigger than 5, therefore I round up. Okay, solve this one. 6x plus 7 is 34. I'm going to take away 7 from both sides. 6x is 27, which means that x is going to be 4.5. Let's double check my calculations on the calculator. So 34, take away 7, 27, divided by 6, 4.5. Brilliant. Okay, solve this thing. Now, remember that when we have one of these inequalities, one of these strange looking signs, we just imagine that it's an equal sign. Just imagine that it's an equal sign. We treat it like normal, take away 3, so that's 12, divided by 4, so that's 3, and now we put it back in afterwards. So if x is less than 3, we draw it like this. Now we remember that we don't colour it in because we only colour it in if it's and equal to 3. Okay, next one. 3x add y, x add 2y. Let's expand this. We've got 3x squared, add xy, add, sorry, I'm skipping steps. Right back to the start on this one, sorry. Right. We've done this one in lessons, but it has been a while. You start with your double brackets and you draw a line connecting each thing on one side to everything on the other. So this 3x is connected to this x, and this 3x is connected to this 2y. They are all connected together. Now I multiply along those lines. So 3x multiplied by x gives me 3x squared. Y multiplied by 2y is 2y squared. Y multiplied by x is xy, and 3x multiplied by 2x is 6xy. And now I add together all of these different parts. Xy, add 6xy, add 2y squared. So altogether we get 3x squared, 7xy, add 2y squared. Okay, nice and simple. It's the addition rule of exponents. If I am multiplying two things together that have got the same base, I add the exponents. Okay, Benny is 7 years older than Aisha. Okay, so A plus 7 is Bernie's age. Chloe is twice as old as Benny. Okay, so Benny times by 2 is Chloe, and the sum of all their ages is 57. Okay, so A plus B add C is 57. Nice and simple then. I've also realised I've made a mistake. This should be B is equal to 2 times Chloe's age. No, we got it right the first time. B is 2 times C. Okay, brilliant. We're going to write all of this in terms of C. No, we got it right the first time, or the second time. So sorry. Two B is C. There we go. Because twice of that person's age is that person's age. Brilliant. Okay. Now I can rewrite this as A is equal to B take away 7. And that means we can write everything in terms of B. I can replace A with B take away 7, because Bernie's A or Benny's age take away 7 is Aisha's age. B, we're just going to leave that as it is. And C, which we're going to write as 2B. And now I can just figure that out. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 B's. 4B take away 7 is 57. So 4B is equal to 64. So B is 16. Now I can work out all the other ones really easily. That means that Aisha must be 9 and Chloe must be 32. And now I can check it on my calculator and add them all up and see if it makes 57. And if it doesn't, then I know that I've done something wrong. Got it right? Cool. Work out the size of an exterior angle. Okay, so we remember that all exterior angles add to 360. So we do 360 divided by the number of sides, 12. And that will tell me what is the size of one of those exterior angles, so 30 degrees. Okay, use your answer to part A to write down the size of an interior angle. Okay, well, if I've got an exterior angle of 30 degrees, that means the interior angle, we first have to remember that angles on a straight line will add up to 180. So 180, take away 30 is 150. Okay, work out angle BDC. Okay, so we need to work out this little angle here. Now, we've got parallel lines. So if I stretch that bit out a little bit, the parallel lines tell me that this must be 80 degrees because of corresponding angles. You don't need to remember the names of things. I'm just saying it so that you know it's true. Now, if this bit's 80 and this is on a straight line, I'm going to draw this slightly separate for a second. If that bit's 80, that bit means that bit must be 100. But if this bit has been split, remember this bit's 80, this bit's 56, but I know that the whole thing adds up to 100, that must make this little bit 44. You can almost hear it when I pause for a thought there. You can also just do it on your calculator to make sure that you're right. So 180, take away the 80, there you go. Take away 54, 46. Oh, no, sorry. 180, take away 80, take away the 56, 44. Ta-da! Okay. Work out the size of y. Now, again, angles. I know that these two angles must be the same size. 2x add 30 is equal to x add 85. I can solve that by taking away an x on both sides to give me x add 30 is equal to 85. And then I'm going to take away 30 on both sides, and I'm going to get x is equal to 55. Now I need to know what y is, so I can now work out this side. X add 85, if I know that x is 55, must be, I'm just going to do it on the calculator because I don't quite trust my mental maths, 55 add 85, 140. Which means that this little bit must be 40 so that they add to 180. Okay. Right, Amy is making a rectangular quilt. Each quilt is 12 centimeters by 12 centimeters. The finished quilt must be at least 1.5 meters long and at least 2.1 meters long. What is the smallest number of squares that Amy can use? Okay, do you know what? There's loads and loads of different ways of doing this. I think the easiest way is just to figure out how many squares I can have on one side, the 1.5 meter width, and how many I can have on the length. So remember, 12 centimeters is 0.12 meters. So 1.5 divided by 0.12. And I also want to do 2.1 divided by 0.12. Grab the calculator. 1.5 divided by 0.12. 12.5. And on the other side, 2.1 gives me 17.5. Now, I can't have a piece, I can't have half a square, that's not possible. So that means that this must change to 13 squares and this must be 18 squares. So now I'm going to times those two together, 18 times 13, and see what my calculator says. 234 squares needed. Okay. Another calculator question. Nice and simple. Just type it in. This is just testing. Do you know how to write these kinds of things into a calculator? And can you write it to this keyword, 2 decimal places? So we've got an answer of 10.625, but to 2 decimal places, that's 10.63. That one, nice and easy. 8 take away 1, 7. Okay. Give your answer in standard form. Now this was the key word. Standard form is the something times by 10 to the power of something. But we remember that this first something, let's call it x, has got to be bigger than 1 or equal to 1, but less than 10. Now this 24.4, that's bigger than 10. So first bit, the 24.4 is larger than 10. Okay. Nice little fractions. Times the top, 21, times the bottom, 40. 21 out of 40. Okay, so using one of these numbers below, what one fits here? Well, this is the greater than. So which one of these is -5 bigger than? Well, there's only one that fits, and that's -6. Okay, Louisa exchanges £320 into euros. £1 is worth 1.14. So 320 multiplied by 1.14 gives me 364.8. Ta-da! Ordering numbers from smallest to biggest. Do you know what? I like doing these as I usually just number them or cross them off as I go along, just to make my life a little bit easier when I used to do ones like this. The next smallest, so the biggest is definitely the 60.6. And then 6.106. 6. Ooh, no having. Tricked me. 6.06 is smaller. 6.106 is then there, and 6.601 fits there. Okay, is this the last one? No. Heidi and Yoshi complete. I'm interested in how you lot say this word. I say Yoshi because I'm British, and I'm reliably told it should be Yoshi, but I don't know. Okay, Heidi completes the race in 6 hours. Heidi's average speed was 50 miles per hour. Yoshi's average speed was 48 miles an hour. How long did it take? Okay, nice and simple. Well, if Heidi took 6 hours, let's just quickly remember our distance, speed, time formulas. Distance, speed, time. In other words, distance is equal to speed multiplied by time. So 6, the time, multiplied by the speed, 50, gives me the distance, so 300 miles. But now I can do time is equal to distance divided by speed. So 300 miles divided by 48 miles an hour will give me how long it took Yoshi to finish that race. 6.25. So 6 hours, and now we want to know what is 0.25 of an hour. I've got a special button on my calculator for this. I press this button and it tells me that that's 15 minutes. You can also recognize that 0.25 is a quarter, and a quarter of an hour is 15 minutes. Or you can do 0.25 times by 60 minutes to give you 15. Take your choice. Whichever one works for you. I like just using my calculator and pushing a button. Okay. Which food has the highest proportion of fat? So the proportion is going to mean per gram which one has got more fat. So we'll take the first one and we're going to do 154 divided by 440. And then we'll take the next one, 120 divided 350, and 116 divided by 330. We're going to do each of those on the calculator. 154 divided by 440, 0.35. 120 divided by 350. Gives me 0.343, rounding to 3 decimal places. And the last one, 116 divided by 330, gives me 0.352. So the one that has the highest proportion of fat will be this one, meatballs. Okay, some nice simple ones. So h times h times h times h is h to the power of 4. Work out angle B. The whole thing adds to 180. So that means that this bit must be 150. Same logic here. Means that this bit must be 143. Last one. Well, I know that the whole thing adds up to 360. So I'm going to do 360, take away 118, take away 105 to give me my answer. 137. There we go. Same idea. 360, take away 100, take away 103, 157. So 360, take away 100, take away 103, 157. Okay. Same as before. This one, the only thing that was trying to throw you off is that this was 90. So 360, take away 39, take away 90, take away 125. Gives me 106. Find the value of Z. Okay, well we can work out this angle in here using triangles. 180 take away 59, take away 42. Gives me 79, and then I can do 180, take away 79, because that bit's 79 in there, to to give me 101. So Z must be 101, and that's the end of the paper. Thank you very much. If it didn't make sense, come find me in school and tell me what didn't make sense. Enjoy. Have a lovely, lovely day.